Hey, what's up? This is your girl Diamond. It seems that we have something to talk about because I think that some people, you know, have some things confused. And what the subject of today is hate crimes. The word hate crime is a legal term. It is not LGBT jargon. It has a legal definition. All right? And there are two definitive things that makes a distinction between a hate crime and a regular crime. All right? So we're going to talk about what the criteria of a hate crime is right now. All right. Number one distinction is that if a criminal act is deemed a hate crime, it can be more severely punished than a regular crime. If you vandalize someone's home, you might get 2 years. But if your vandalism is determined to be a hate crime, you might get 4 years. Okay? If you murder someone, you might get 10 to life. If it is deemed a hate crime when you murder someone, you might get life without parole. So, you see the difference? The punishment can be more severe for a hate crime than a regular crime. That's the first distinction. The distinction number two. The distinction number two is a hate crime, also known as bias-motivated crime, occurs when a perpetrator targets a victim because of his perceived membership in a specific social group, which is usually defined as like a racial group, whether you're black because you're black, or white, or whatever race that you are. Or it could be religion because you're Muslim. You remember all those attacks that were happening after 9/11? Hate crime. Sexual orientation. Matthew Shepard being hung on the fist because he was gay. Hate crime. Disability. If somebody gets their butt kicked out of a wheelchair just because they're handicapped or blah, 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 blah. Hate crime. Class, if you are getting your butt kicked because you're poor. Hate crime. If you are a part of some type of nationality, if you are Iranian and somebody's kicking your butt because you're Iranian, hate crime. Age, if you're getting your butt kicked because you are young or because you are old, hate crime. Gender, if you are getting your butt kicked specifically because you are a woman, hate crime. Gender identity, if you are getting your butt kicked because specifically you identify with the opposite gender of your birth, trans, gender identity, that is a hate crime. Political affiliation, if you are getting your butt kicked because you are a Democrat or because you are a Republican, that is a hate crime. So the motivation behind the crime has to be the hate for your specific group. You have to be targeted because of that. That has to be the reason that the criminal act occurred. Okay? If I come to you and I see your car and I hate you because you are a gay male, and I go to your car and I vandalize it and scratch fag into the car, that was a hate crime. I vandalized your car because you were gay and I don't like you. I hate faggots, and I scratched your car because you are a faggot and you needed to be taught a lesson for being a faggot. That is a hate crime. But if you cut me off on the road and I follow you to the gas station, and when you go in the gas station, I go to your car and scratch fag into your car because I was mad that you cut me off, that is not a hate crime. Your gayness did not motivate me. I didn't pick you out because you were gay. You got me angry, as irresponsible as it is. You got me angry because you cut me off down the road and I came and fucked your car up because of that. Not because you're gay. Because you cut me off. That's why. That cutoff motivated my actions towards you. So therefore, that is not a hate crime. That's just a regular crime. Got it? Now that we know the distinction between hate crime and regular crime, let's look at the McDonald's incident. We saw the fight. We know what happened in the fight. I want you guys to hear her depiction of what happened to start the fight. That's how you determine whether it's a hate crime.
Well, I wanted to go use the bathroom, and the guy told me that I needed to order something before I had to use the bathroom. Well, by the time I got there, I was really needing to use the bathroom. So a guy approached me, asked me how I was doing. So I said, not now. I want to go use the bathroom. Come back out. The girl spit in my face, and she approached me. She says, are you trying to talk to my man? I said, no, I didn't even know that was your man at all. So the other girl came up, spit in my face, and they started ripping my hair, throwing me on the floor, kicking me in my face. Then I got up and I tried to hit the other girl. Like, I had her in a corner to try to get her off of me, and the other girl came up and started kicking me in my face, punching me in my nose, ripped my earrings out of my earlobes. I can't really wear earrings like that anymore, the dangling ones, because they fall out now.
All right. So from the victim, she says that the guy was trying to talk to her or was asking her questions. What's up? She says, hold on, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back out. When she comes out, the girl comes in her face, spits in her face. Are you trying to talk to my man? The girl's like, I don't even know your man. What are you talking about? Because they are ghetto, uncivilized hood rats. They blew it out of proportion, didn't handle it, and assaulted this trans lady. But they didn't assault her because she was trans. They assaulted her because they thought, whether right or wrong, that she was trying to talk to her man. Not because I hate trannies, so I'm going to attack you. Not because you're in the girl's bathroom, I'm going to attack you. None of that. Now, this is coming from the victim. This is not coming from them. This is coming from the victim. So the victim says that she attacked her because it was over a boy. That's not a hate crime. By definition. Just because I'm mad at you or I'm angry at you because something you did and you just so happen to be a tranny doesn't mean I'm kicking your ass because you're a tranny. Doesn't mean I'm right either. I shouldn't be kicking nobody's ass. That's not how civilized people act. Doesn't mean I'm right, but that does not make it a hate crime just because you just so happen to be gay. Just because you just so happen to be black. Just because you so happen to be trans. That does not make it a hate crime. You know, I'm all for the trans plight. I'm all for the LGBT plight. I'm all for the black plight. Because I fit in all of those categories. So I'm for it. If it's a hate crime, wear it out. But if it's not, don't try to give people no harsher punishment or try to give people harsher punishment because, you know, just because it's a law on the books about hate crime. No. There is a definitive, distinct difference between a regular crime and a hate crime. And this incident does not fit that. You know, and I can't run with it. I pride myself in being objective. You know? Also, if you go to the girl who committed the assault, the 18-year-old, if you go to her Facebook page, on her Facebook page, her sexual orientation says that she's into women and men. Not that it means anything. I just thought that was an interesting twist that she's bisexual. Also, this same exact ghetto hood rat girl attacked another cisgender woman, black woman, at this same exact McDonald's. And it was already done charges for that stuff. So this same girl is that's just her. She attacks people. She gets loose. That's just it has nothing to do with, I hate trannies, I'm attacking you. No, she's just hood rat. She's hood product of her ghetto ass society. Has nothing to do with white. It has nothing to do with anything. She needs to be locked up. I think that the people who are making this about it's a hate crime, or who are making this now that they see the evidence, who are making this about, oh, if she wasn't white, that wouldn't have happened. You're forgetting that a couple of years ago, 3 trans women got attacked in a McDonald's in Memphis. The difference is that they started kicking ass and taking names later. That's the difference. They just so happen to catch somebody that, is not really a fighter. And that happened. You could be. But there's some people out here that's white and black that'll kick your ass if you try to do too much. Anyway, but I think people have their own political agenda and their own fear, so they try to make it worse, and they don't look at the evidence objectively. I'm a trans, so I'm going to always make it seem like it's a hate crime, because of my fears of this may be the case or whatever. Or I'm white, so because I have this disdain for black people, I'm going to make it like, oh, she's white. They did that because she's white. No, that wasn't the case. In this particular incident, yes, there are incidents where somebody could have got their ass kicked because they were white. There are incidents where somebody could have got their ass kicked because they were trans. But not this one. Sorry. Another thing I want to talk about. The guy who recorded it, morally speaking, okay, me and a girl were getting into it on Facebook about it. Morally speaking, you want people to do the Good Samaritan thing. Break, like the white lady, the older white lady in the video, break it up and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's the Good Samaritan thing to do. But being a Good Samaritan is a choice. You choose to do that. And you have a right to choose not to. It is not a criminal offense to say, I'm not getting involved in this shit. I could come over there and they couldn't stab me. The white lady that got involved, the girl punched her in the face. So she has 2 assault charges, well 3 actually, against her. The girl who attacked. So she could have got stabbed, shot just for getting involved. It is not your place to get involved unless you want to. That is the Good Samaritan thing to do. Thumbs up. But if you don't want to, you shouldn't be reprimanded because you didn't. The dude recording it, he didn't have to get involved. He didn't have to. I don't think he's wrong for not. I do think he's wrong for recording, and you're at work. You're not supposed to be recording and egging a fight on and all that kind of crap and just to post it on YouTube. No, so you get fired, and he did get fired. I don't think he should have any criminal charges brought on him because what did he do? He just recorded it. He just recorded the incident, which was inappropriate because he was at work, so he got fired. Anyway, that's what I think about that. And I gave you my opinion on what I thought about hate crime. Tell me what you think, and we can go from there.